Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Cinema Fans Podcast Show. I'm your host, Bradley Davis. I'm joined by my co-host, Julius Fountain. How you doing today, Julius?
Fantastic.
And it's been a while since we've done this show. I think the last one was like November.
Yeah, that's facts.
Yeah, 110% facts. And sorry about that, guys. I don't know why we stopped doing it. It's just that I guess we got kind of caught up with
things
finals.
got busy.
Yeah, finals. We had to do that, and it's Christmas break, so we couldn't get access to the studio booth. But we are here, guys. It's 2018. It's
What better time to return than right before the Oscars?
Exactly. And your Eagles are in the Super Bowl.
I know.
Yeah,
there's a lot of great stuff
weekend.
happening.
Yeah, really big weekend. How you feeling about that game?
Not worried about it.
Not worried about it? You're going up against Tom Brady.
I'm a little worried about it.
Yeah, I would be a little bit worried about it too. My Saints unfortunately lost in the divisional round to the Vikings. Really heartbreaking loss, but hey, you know, I'm still a Who Dat fan. Drew Brees had a really good Pro Bowl game. I think he threw for like a touchdown and whatnot. But yeah, anyways, we are back here today. Couple of changes to the show. How we used to do it was we would go over movie news. Like we'd have like 4 topics from the world of movie news. We would go over it, and then we would do movie reviews, and then we would do Facebook questions. We're still going to do Facebook questions. We're still going to do movie reviews, but we're going to do a little bit of a different change up on the topics. What we're going to do is we're going to take the most talked about topic from the week. And this week it's going to be Oscar nominations. And then what we're going to do is Julius will pull a topic from either that week of movie news, or he'll take a topic that he wants to talk about, and we'll discuss it. And then I'll take a topic and we'll discuss about it. So in total, we'll have 3 topics we'll talk about, and then we'll do movie reviews if we've seen a movie, and then we'll do Facebook questions. And we're going to do Twitter questions. I'm going to make a Twitter page for the show, so I'll give some info about that on the next show. I have to still set it up and whatnot. So, yeah, but today we're not going to take Facebook questions. I just wanted us to get in the groove of this, a little bit of a change-up. Not too big of a change-up, but we'll see how it goes. So, yeah, we're going to be talking about the Oscar nominations today. The 2018 Oscar nominations that came out Tuesday. When was it? January 24th, 23rd? I think it was the 23rd when they came out. January 23rd. It was last Tuesday.
Okay, I was about to say, I knew it was on a Tuesday. Yeah. So just overall, based on, you know, what you can see, which is only the nominations, how do you think it's...
Overall, I'm satisfied.
Do you think there's going to be upsets?
We'll get into it here in a minute. We're going to go over 10 of the categories. We're not going to go over all of them. That would take a long time. We're going to go over 10 of the categories that we feel like are pretty important and probably the most talked about categories. So first off, we're going to be doing cinematography. What films were nominated? Blade Runner 2049, Darkest Hour, Dunkirk, Mudbound, and The Shape of Water. I think this is a Blade Runner and Dunkirk. Or, I mean, Shape of Water has an outside shot too.
Yeah, I honestly, it's hard to say because the Academy has a tendency of flip-flopping as far as because, I mean, Dunkirk obviously has a ton of Oscar hype, and it has pretty much ever since it came out. But Blade Runner 2049, on the other hand, was one that I think a lot of people felt was snubbed, but I also could kind of see that being the Oscars, you know, flipping that on their head and at least giving it some recognition.
Yeah, and Roger Deakins hasn't won an Oscar
yet.
That's
ridiculous.
He had like 14 nominations, has not won. I'd like to see Blade Runner 2049 win. I think it's going to be Dunkirk. I think it's going to be Dunkirk.
I wouldn't be upset with either because they're definitely the two shining, as far as cinematography goes, they're the cornerstones of this year. I would love to see Dunkirk win as much as it can. I've already voiced this multiple times to Bradley, but I really, really would love to see Christopher Nolan win an Oscar. And I don't care what anyone says. I honestly I have a feeling that he has a good outside shot of just
I mean, you're not wrong. We'll get into that here in a minute.
But Blade Runner 2049 is my favorite movie of the year. So I really hope that Roger Deakins can win his first Oscar with this one because it's incredible.
And also Mudbound getting a nomination, the Netflix movie. That's really big. And it showed a lot of recognition. It got a lot of recognition at the Oscars. So I think it's going to be. We'll do our Oscar picks like the week before the Oscars. So we won't give our picks right now, but I think it's going to go to Blade Runner. But we'll talk about it in our Oscar picks the week before. All right, next up is original score. What was nominated was Dunkirk, Phantom Thread, The Shape of Water, Star Wars: The Last Jedi, and 3 Billboards Outside Ebbington, Missouri. I think it's going to be between Dunkirk and Shape of Water. I think it's going to be between those two. But I'm glad Phantom Thread got nominated because I actually saw that movie last week and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. The score in that movie is amazing.
Shape of Water as well. I've seen it several times, and the score is always something that sticks out to me. I don't know if I say that it definitely has a huge chance because the prevalent one I think we know is. Well, I don't know. I'd say Hans Zimmer. I mean,
yeah, exactly. And a lot of people were upset because 2049 didn't get a nomination.
Well,
but Hans Zimmer did that one too.
Exactly.
So they both had to choose which one they wanted to pick, and I think out of those two, Dunkirk, I think it's his best work like he's ever done.
Wow. All right, now that's a ballsy statement.
It is a ballsy statement, but it is phenomenal.
Oh no, it's absolutely phenomenal.
I mean,
no doubt, and like I said, I'd love to see Dunkirk get as much Oscar love as it can.
Mm-hmm.
The Last Jedi, John Williams again. Do you think it really poses any threat to the others? Or?
No, because I think it's just the Academy's like, oh, John Williams, Star Wars. Everyone loves Star Wars. Let's give it some. And I mean, come on, every Star Wars score is about the same. They're all about the same.
As in awesome. Like
they're
all amazing.
They're awesome. They're iconic. But I mean, they're just the same. There's nothing different.
No, he did add some new pieces to this one.
With Kylo's theme.
They didn't stand out as much as I think they did in The Force Awakens, though.
Exactly.
Which is why, I mean, I definitely would have seen Force Awakens having a better shot than The Last Jedi.
Yeah. I mean, I'm really pleased with all the scores. 2049 that score was amazing.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're done with the score category. Now we're going to go into the visual effects. And what was nominated was Blade Runner 2049, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Kong Skull Island, Star Wars The Last Jedi, and War for the Planet of the Apes.
Let's be real here. The competition, Blade Runner 2049, and it's a travesty that it did not win for Dawn, but Planet of the Apes, for me, War just... at the time when I think that the Apes movies could not get any better visually, they somehow did with War.
They step it up every movie.
War. I mean,
I think it will go to War.
The visuals in Blade Runner 2049 are amazing.
Yeah.
But I just feel like War is kind of like the Apes trilogy is kind of overdue for a visual effects win.
Yeah, because Dawn didn't win. I don't know about Rise. I don't know if Rise won or not. But I mean, they're amazing. Yeah. Like the apes are so realistic.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, I think it is going to be between 2049 and War. I would have replaced Valerian with Kong, actually.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I did find it kind of odd that Valerian didn't get nominated.
For
visual effects in general.
And I know a lot of people are like, well, that movie sucked. It's not about the quality of the movie.
Yeah, the
visual effects. When you're talking
about
visual effects, you're talking about the visual effects.
And alone. It definitely delivered on that account. Kong Skull Island, I mean, the visual effects were great, but I definitely never picked it out as an Oscar contender for visual effects.
I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 really did have really good visual effects.
Great.
And Star Wars, of course, it had good visual effects as well. But yeah, I think it's going to be between 2049 and War. I'm not going to be surprised if War doesn't win, but I will be thrilled if it does win. Okay, so that's it for visual effects. Now we're going to be doing screenplays. We'll talk about the original screenplay category and the adapted screenplay category. So let's pull that up. Okay, here it is. So we're going to start with adapted. What was adapted was Call Me By Your Name, The Disaster Artist, Logan, Molly's Game, and Mudbound. I think it's going to go to Call Me By Your Name. I think it's either going to be Molly's Game or Call Me By Your Name.
See, I don't know about this one. I could see Molly's Game, especially because of just how impactful the source material was, as it being eye-opening and stuff. And
it's got Aaron Sorkin, too.
Aaron Sorkin really did kind of just snatch the vibe from the book and apply it perfectly. But I mean, all great nominations, and this one is a little bit more gray for me. I don't exactly see one that stands out, but I won't count out The Disaster Artist, and I'm not even going to count out Logan for that matter.
Okay, so I'm so thrilled Logan got nominated for Best Adapted Screenplay.
I did not expect it whatsoever.
It was because I was looking at the predictions, and Logan had an outside shot of getting nominated. But once I saw it get nominated, I legit had, I almost cried because, oh man, I love Logan so much. And it's a huge stepping stone for comic book movies. There's never been a comic book movie been nominated for adapted screenplay. That is huge.
That's
a really huge milestone because the Oscars don't give that much love to comic book movies. They don't. They'll give them the visual effects. They might give them a score maybe. But for the most part, they're not really the Academy tends to just brush them away a little bit.
I do think it has a lot to do, since it was nominated in this category, it has a lot to do with the fact that they really stuck to their guns with the source material and Old Man Logan.
Yeah.
So I'm now that I see it's actually nominated, it's not one that I'm ruling out because the screenplay is fantastic.
Yeah.
So I guess if I had to put it to some ones that I think stand out, let's see. I do think the Disaster Artist has a pretty good shot.
Yeah.
Molly's Game, also pretty good shot. And like I said, I'm not counting out Logan. Call Me By Your Name, too, though.
I've seen Call Me By Your Name. It's a fantastic movie. Oh man, it's so good. And I think it is going to come down to Call Me By Your Name and Molly's Game. But yeah, like I said, I wouldn't count out Disaster Artist. And I wouldn't count out Logan. Mudbound again.
Yeah,
getting some love, getting some really good love, and I actually want to see it now. I haven't seen it.
I don't see it. I don't know. I don't see it winning because of the lack of hype that it's had leading up to this point. Especially with adapted screenplay, I've heard a lot of people say it's gotten snubbed for a Best Director nomination.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Well, this one we'll just really have to see. I
think it's gonna be between those two. But like you said, I think that the Disaster Artist and Logan have a outside shot of pulling it through and getting the win. Now, Best Original Screenplay.
I think this one's also a toss-up.
Yeah. The nominations are The Big Sick, Get Out, Lady Bird, The Shape of Water, and 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. I think like I've been saying all year, I think Get Out's going to win this one.
I could definitely see it running away with.
And I think Shape of Water is a big contender as well.
But what about The Big Sick?
I think that the Oscars just gave it that just to show it some love.
But I mean, it is based off an autobiographical. So I mean,
I don't know. I think Get Out's screenplay and The Shape of Water screenplay is a little bit stronger, but I don't know. I mean, all three of those screenplays are amazing. Like, it's a toss up, really. But I do think the two contenders are going to be Get Out and Shape of Water. I'm trying to, I don't know. Three Billboards had a good screenplay. Lady Bird, yeah. Yeah, I think if I had to put money on it, I think it'd be either Get Out or Shape of Water. I think they just threw in the Big Sick just to give it some love because they didn't, like, out of everything else, it didn't get nominated for anything else except for this.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was going to get nominated for Best Picture, and I thought that Holly Hunter was going to get nominated for
I
Best
did too.
Supporting Actress. But we'll get into that with the supporting actresses here in a minute. Any other thoughts on the original screenplay?
No, I don't see it. I'm just definitely wouldn't count out. I mean, I do think Get Out definitely has a strong chance, but Shape of Water is close in that regard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's going to be between those two. All right, we're done with the screenplays. Now we're going to get into lead actor. The nominees are Timothée Chalamet.
Yep.
Oh, got it right.
Perfect. That's a rare. That's rare.
No. Daniel Day-Lewis. Let me go back and say it. Timothée Chalamet for Call Me By Your Name. Daniel Day-Lewis for Phantom Thread. Daniel Kaluuya for Get Out. Gary Oldman for Darkest Hour. And Denzel Washington for Roman J. Israel Esquire. I think it's Gary Oldman's Oscar. I think he's getting it. After this, I'm gonna be calling him Gary Goldman because I think he's gonna win. But like I've been telling you, I think this could end up being a Michael Keaton situation all over again. When Michael Keaton was nominated for Birdman for the 2015 Oscars, and who came in and swept it up? Eddie Redmayne. Eddie Redmayne came out of nowhere and took the Oscar from him. I think the only person that poses a threat to Gary Oldman is Daniel Day-Lewis for Phantom Thread. Timothy has a shot, but I think it is Oldman's win.
See, I understand the comparison to Michael Keaton.
Mm-hmm.
However, I think it's been up to this point. It's been it's been a universal praise for Gary Oldman, and I'd love to see him win an Oscar. But because Daniel, I mean, I know it's his last performance, but Daniel Day-Lewis, he's gotten a lot of nominations.
I know, but he is. To me, I've seen both films, and I think Daniel Day-Lewis gave a better performance. I've seen both of them. That's the outside. That's not the very popular opinion, but I do. I think that Daniel Day-Lewis gave the better performance out of those two performances. But Gary Oldman was amazing in it. If he wins it, I'm going to be happy. If Daniel Day-Lewis, if anyone.
Don't you think Timothée Chalamet has just as good of an outside shot as Daniel Day-Lewis, though?
He really does. I mean, he was amazing in that movie. To me, he was the best performance out of that movie. I don't know. I mean, I think it's between those three. But, with that being said, Denzel Washington in there.
I don't understand that one.
It's because the Academy said
James
Franco. Now, for all you who've been keeping up with the awards and whatnot, all the other awards like the SAG awards and the Golden Globe. I mean, the Golden Globes don't really count, but James Franco won, and he wasn't even nominated for lead actor. He's been nominated for all these other awards. He's won some awards. I was the one that thought that he'd actually have a legit shot of taking out Gary Oldman.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah, I did too. But, I mean, things happen. I guess.
There's been some allegations with him.
You can't rule it out these days that it could happen at any moment with any celebrity in general.
Yeah. And a lot of people say, the Oscar voting poll was like a day before the allegations came out. That's actually false. The allegations came out 48 hours before the voting process began. So the voters went in knowing about the allegations and whatnot. A lot of people say, like, no, like, I think a lot of people got the news wrong and get the information mixed up. It was 48 hours before the Oscar voting poll opened. So that going into the voting process, they knew about the allegations. So I think that's what happened. I think that they went in, they said, well, James Franco, he's really good in it, but these allegations, whatnot, I'm not so sure about nominating him. And they said, well, who else? And they're like, oh, Denzel.
I mean, Denzel always gives a great performance, but
yeah, I haven't seen Roman J. Israel, so I can't comment on his performance, but I haven't heard that much buzz about his performance, and that's the thing.
The movie kind of, it did not really get a lot of buzz. It kind of got some mixed critical reactions. This is just, the Academy does this all the time, but sometimes I'm just completely baffled by the things they do. I guess in this case, I understand why they did it. I still think it's a little odd they nominated Denzel because there were other performances this year that I think definitely caught much more hype than Denzel's in. But I'm sure he did a great job. Mm-hmm. I haven't seen it either. So,
and Daniel Kaluuya, he was really good in Get Out. I wouldn't have nominated him, but he was still really good. I definitely would have considered him for a nomination. I think it's good. It's great when the Academy gives these young upcoming actors recognition, especially with Get Out. Definitely succeeded on every front in that one, actually. Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. And I do think it's Oldman's win, but like I said, I'm getting some Keaton vibes. I don't know how it's going to turn out overall, but we will have to see. So that's for the lead actor. Now for lead actresses, the nominations are Sally Hawkins for The Shape of Water, Frances McDormand for Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, Margot Robbie for I, Tonya, Saoirse Ronan.
You were so confident.
I was so close. But for Lady Bird and Meryl Streep for The Post. I know everyone's like, Meryl Streep, what the hell? Why is she nominated? She's good in it. She's really good in it. I'm not mad that she's nominated this time.
Will you be mad if she wins?
Yes.
Exactly.
Because it's either Frances's or Sally Hawkins win. Yeah, I think they're the front runners. I think those two are the front runners to win it. Meryl Streep is really good in The Post, but she's not the best performance of this year.
For me, I don't know. Personally, I think Saoirse Ronan has a great chance.
Oh no, she has an outside shot.
But Margot Robbie, really, I think we need to not count her out because she has gotten consistent praise. There's been so much hype around her performance in I, Tonya. It would not be surprising at all if she came in and
I haven't seen I, Tonya, but I've been hearing a lot of buzz from her performance. But yeah, I think it's Frances. I think she's going to get it. I think she's been winning all these nominations from like the Golden Globes to I think she won the SAG Award. I know that Three Billboards won like Best Ensemble Cast. I can't remember where that was from, but I think it's her. I think it's her win. I think she's going to win it. Before the Golden Globes, I was saying Sally Hawkins is going to win it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really think she has a shot. I think it is Frances. I think she's going to run with it, but you never know. Oh man, that's a good list though. I would not replace anyone in that list, except I cannot remember the name. The girl who plays in Phantom Thread. Dude, you haven't seen it yet. And I saw it this past week, with my friend Derek. She went toe-to-toe with Daniel Day-Lewis. She went toe-to-toe. Like, at some point, she was outperforming Daniel Day-Lewis.
Wow.
To me, and I'm a huge Daniel Day-Lewis fan. And a lot of people consider him Vicky.
Vicky Creeps?
Yeah,
Cripes?
Vicky. Yeah. She's not been in anything else. I mean, she's been in she's been in some smaller roles and whatnot. She went toe-to-toe with Daniel Day-Lewis.
It's impressive.
Yes, her performance was chilling. It was, oh man, it was so good. And honestly, after seeing Phantom Thread, she got snubbed big time. I don't know if you would put her in the best supporting category or lead, but either way, she got snubbed. Like, she was incredible in that movie, and I cannot wait to see her in other stuff. She is going to be a breakout star. You wait. She is going to be phenomenal.
All right,
but
then.
Other than that, yeah, like, I'm really happy with the nominations. Any other comments?
I don't think so.
Yeah. I think that we're both on the same fence. That
solid list.
Yeah. All right, we're done with the lead performers. Now we're going to go into the supporting categories. Supporting actor. The nominations are William Dafoe for The Florida Project, Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, Richard Jenkins for The Shape of Water, Christopher Plummer for All the Money in the World, Sam Rockwell. That sounded like a burp. I was trying to, go like, ugh. Yeah.
Explain what you meant behind that burp sound.
I just,
I know. I understand, but
we'll get into it after I say the last one. Sam Rockwell for 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Those are your nominations. Christopher Plummer, he's in there just to say a big fuck you to Kevin Spacey.
Well, that may very well be true.
I think it is.
It is. I think it would. This thought keeps running through my head where I can't stop thinking about how hilarious it would be if he won.
Oh my God, I would.
So many people saying that it was like Kevin Spacey's performance of his career, and this is the same guy who gave us American Beauty, and
yeah.
I just thought that it was. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I get why they wanna give him the finger. I mean, I totally understand. They had nominated Christopher Plummer for an Oscar, and he just reshot the entire movie on the fly.
In like 2 days.
Yeah,
it was like 2 days he was on set and he was done. I've seen the trailer. I have not seen the movie, so you can say, well, Bradley, you can't criticize the nomination if you haven't seen the movie. I don't care. I literally don't care. I've heard from my friend Derek has seen All the Money in the World. I've seen lots of YouTube people talk about it, and a lot of people online talking about it. I think everyone says that. Yeah, I don't understand why he was nominated. Like, they all say he was good.
Yeah, I mean, Christopher Plummer is a good actor.
Yeah, no, oh my God, he's talented. He's amazing. He's one of the best in Hollywood right now. But
personally, I just saw that role in general, the person he was playing. Christopher Plummer is not the actor that I would immediately think of for that. Which, I mean, I understand they didn't have a long time to decide, let alone reshoot the whole movie.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
I mean, at least all of his scenes. But I don't know. I mean,
I wanted Armie Hammer should have gotten the nomination over Christopher Plummer. Armie Hammer is amazing in Call Me by Your Name. It's one of his best performances he's ever given. I'm really upset he didn't. I'm really upset he didn't get a nomination. But maybe I'll watch All the Money in the World and I'm like, that's my favorite performance of the year. But I highly doubt it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Richard Jenkins, I just want to take a second to appreciate him because even though I'm sure his performance isn't exactly on the same caliber as Willem Dafoe or Sam Rockwell, he added such a great dynamic to The Shape of Water.
So good.
His character was integral to the story, and I don't think anyone could have pulled it off exactly how Richard Jenkins did.
Yeah.
I think he's just a great actor. I've always loved Richard Jenkins, and it's awesome to see him get nominated for an Oscar where he plays an important character, but also a character who's used for comic relief a lot.
Yeah,
I think that's perfect for him.
I love what Del Toro did with that character.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Well, we can't get to spoilers.
Yeah,
but
we won't. But, I mean, he was phenomenal in it. I don't think he's going to win,
No, I don't. I don't think he has a huge shot, but it's just nice to see.
Yeah.
Willem Dafoe. A lot of people thought he was going to run away with that at the Golden Globes, and I think a lot of people were surprised.
Sam Rockwell is amazing in 3 Billboards. I think what's going to happen is that since Woody Harrelson and Sam Rockwell are nominated for the same movie, I think what's going to happen is that's going to cancel those 2 out, and leave it with the remaining 3. And I think Willem Dafoe is going to run with it. I think he's going to win.
Mm-hmm.
But Sam Rockwell is amazing in 3 Billboards. I want him to win. I have not seen Florida Project, but Sam Rockwell was amazing in 3 Billboards. I think it's my favorite supporting role of 2017 from all like the nominations and whatnot. So, any more comments on that?
No, I think I'm good.
All right. Going to the supporting actresses, Mary J.
Blige. Oh my.
Beguile.
Mudbound
for Mudbound. Allison Janney for I, Tonya. Leslie Manville for Phantom Thread. Laura Metcalf for Lady Bird, and Octavia Spencer for The Shape of Water. I butcher so many names; it's ridiculous.
It's all right; it happens.
I know. I'm not. If you want to look at a celebrity, I cannot remember her name. She's from Girls Trip. If you want to see celebrity butcher some names, watch the Oscar nomination announcement that Andy Serkis and I cannot remember the other girl, but they
wait. It wasn't Taraji P. Henson, was it?
No, it was.
She was in Girls Trip, wasn't she?
Yeah, it wasn't her. It was someone else. I can't remember her name, but it was those 2, and she butchers so many names and so many nominations in that little show that they did. I think this is going to be between Allison and Laura.
Lori.
Laura
Metcalf is my personal pick because I loved her performance in Lady Bird. She added so much just truth to kind of playing a mom with a daughter like that.
Yeah.
But I'm a little surprised to see Octavia Spencer. I love her, and I loved her performance in The Shape of Water. I didn't see the Academy nominating her, though.
Yeah, exactly. I'm so glad Leslie Manville got nominated for Phantom Thread. She's amazing. She plays Daniel Day-Lewis's sister in the movie. She's amazing. Man, what a performance. Man, that movie's so good. I cannot wait for you to see it. You're going to be mind-blown. Paul Thomas Anderson has done it again. But anyways, yeah, I think if I had to put money on, I think Allison's going to win. Lori has a shot, I think.
I'd certainly hope so.
I mean, Allison has been running away with some of the other award shows, awards and whatnot, and I think she's going to win it. But man, Lori Metcalf was amazing.
Yep.
In Lady Bird, and all these performances. I wouldn't change one thing. I'd put Holly Hunter in there though for Big Sick.
Yeah, she was excellent in The Big Sick.
Yeah, I think I would replace Octavia Spencer with I would replace Holly Hunter with Octavia Spencer, but I'm not complaining.
Another solid list.
Yeah, another solid list. I think the Oscars, for the most part, got everything right. There's some things that they didn't get right, but for the most part, they were spot on with some of their nominations. Not for the animated feature though. That's what we're going into next. What was nominated was The Boss Baby, The Breadwinner. Breadwinner?
Yep.
Yeah. Coco, Ferdinand, Loving Vincent. What the hell? Boss Baby got nominated for Best Animated Feature.
Now, let me just make my case really quick. Captain Underpants is an amazing animated movie. The animation is so true to its source material, and it's got like the themes, it's got charm, and I would go out on a limb and say this is one of the animated movies that really is kind of like dumb and funny, but can entertain the whole family, and it does actually have some substance to it.
I enjoyed it,
and I thought like I said, the animation I think is just awesome. I know a lot of people would say that they don't think it stands out in that front, but I certainly think it does. It was very colorful. I think it, and certain parts of the movie where scenes are very exaggerated and stylized. I think it pulled that off perfectly and hilariously.
I would have liked to see it get nominated over Boss Baby.
I don't understand why Boss Baby is.
Why did Boss Baby get nominated over the Lego Batman movie?
Another Lego Batman, another great animated feature. I mean, I think it's no doubt that Coco will run away with it.
No, Coco's it's the front runner. It's the obvious win. I was like, oh, Keaton, he's the Keaton situation with the lead actor and whatnot. I'm not going to put this because there's no comparison and whatnot to that. But Coco's got unlocked. It's winning. I like all these other ones though. I haven't seen Love and Vincent. I haven't seen The Breadwinner.
Breadwinner.
The
Breadwinner.
Yeah, The Breadwinner. I wonder what kind of movie that would be. But Boss Baby and Ferdinand. I haven't seen Ferdinand, so I can't comment on that. I've seen the Boss Baby. What the hell? I think the Academy hates Lego movies. Lego Movie didn't get nominated.
Understand.
That was the best animated movie that year.
Fantastic animated movie in general.
And Lego Batman was a nice,
just fun. Funny.
I guess it'd be a sequel, but yes, it was such a great spoof movie too, with making fun of the Batman history and whatnot, and making fun of all the movies and the
characters. Yeah, it's definitely.
It was amazing. And I don't understand why Boss Baby got nominated over it, but I think it's Coco's win. Coco's winning this one.
And I love Coco, so I mean,
yeah,
no complaints there.
Okay, we are done with the animated feature. Now we're going to get to directors. Christopher Nolan for Dunkirk, Jordan Peele for Get Out, Greta Gerwig for Lady Bird, Paul Thomas Anderson for Phantom Thread, Guillermo. I can't say Guillermo.
Are you talking about Guillermo del Toro?
Yeah, I can't say
Guillermo.
His last name.
Guillermo.
I need to get some kind of speeching classes.
Speeching.
Yeah, speeching. For The Shape of Water, Del Toro's winning this one, I think.
I don't want to talk about who I think is going to win right now. But
yeah,
I'm going to. I have a pick in my heart and soul, and I'm not sure if I want to just share it right now.
Yeah, I know what your pick is. We'll get into our picks when we the week before the Oscars, but
regardless, it's a solid list.
Yeah.
I can't at the moment say exactly who I would switch out for this one. But
see, because you haven't seen Phantom Thread yet.
Yes, I can't. So
before I saw it, I was like, Paul Thomas Anderson, what?
I wasn't.
He got nominated?
He's an excellent director.
Yeah.
There's not a single one of his films that I don't like. However, Denis Villeneuve.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Outstanding work. In my opinion, the best of his career so far. And
I still think Sicario is his best. I think.
I mean, with him, it's a toss-up, because they're all literally just as good as the last.
Yeah.
But it is disappointing to see him not get a Best Director nomination, as well as Blade Runner 2049 just kind of getting overlooked in general at the Oscars.
Technical awards, but overall, just
overlooked, which is disappointing. But
yeah.
I mean, there's not a single bad director on this list.
Yeah, I think once you see Phantom Thread, I think you're going to be like, yeah, he 110% deserved it, because that movie is amazing. I wouldn't say it's his best movie of all time. I still think that's There Will Be Blood. That movie is amazing, but he has made another movie that after the movie, I was just sitting there thinking about it, thinking about the ending. That movie is so good. So good. Oh man, I cannot wait to see it again. All right, so yeah, I think Del Toro is going to win. Christopher Nolan has an outside shot. Jordan Peele, I think he could end up running away with it too. Do not be surprised. I think that he has a good shot, and Gerwig too. I mean, all of them have good shots. And I was telling you about it too. Phantom Thread has been getting a lot of love for from the Oscars. It got more love than I thought it was going to get. And before, seeing Phantom Thread. I was like, really, Phantom Thread? That movie about the guy that makes dresses, and I guess he gets in some kind of relationship. That movie got a bunch of nominations, but it 110% deserved it. Okay, now on to the final category, which is Best Picture. What got nominated was Call Me By Your Name, Darkest Hour, Dunkirk, Get Out, Lady Bird, Phantom Thread, The Post, The Shape of Water, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Oh man, that list is so good. That list is so good. I honestly don't know what I would replace. Like what movie I would replace oh man, it's such a good list.
Well, all right. I think we can agree that no one expected to see Darkest Hour on there, though.
Yeah, I understand why it was nominated. I've seen it. I thought it was
Right.
really boring. I thought it was a snooze fest. But overall, I can see why the Academy nominated. They love their horror movie. They love their war movies. I mean, a horror movie did get nominated. Get Out. I don't know if you could say that Get Out's a horror movie. I call it a social thriller. But I mean, that list is so good. I think it's going to come down to Shape of Water, 3 Billboards, and Lady Bird. I have those 3 as my like 3 contenders. Like if I had to pick 3 movies, I think those would be the 3 front runners. But Dunkirk has an outside shot. I really do think so. I think Phantom Thread does just because of the love that it got. I think it got like 6 nominations. I didn't think it was going to get that much.
Do you think Get Out has an outside shot?
It does, but I don't think it does. I don't think they're going to give it to him.
I mean, I don't either. But here lately. I've just been having these feelings that maybe we shouldn't rule it out. If Jordan Peele does end up winning Best Director, I mean, from there it's a slippery slope.
I think that makes things more exciting because if he does win, like like my anticipation of who's gonna win. I think Get Out go through the roof. I bet Get Out's about to upset. But I think it's Shape of Water, 3 Billboards, or Lady Bird. And man, this list is so good. And everyone was like, "Oh, The Pose, it's just another Oscar bait movie," and yada yada. No, it's not. It's not. It's a good movie. It's a really good movie. I'm sick and tired of everyone saying, "Oh, it's just nominated because, Oscar bait and whatnot." No, it's a well-made movie. Spielberg did an amazing job. Tom Hanks, Meryl Streep are phenomenal in that movie. And I'm kind of glad it is nominated for Best Picture. Would I have liked to seen like Logan get nominated or 2049 get nominated? Yeah, I would have. But overall, I'm just overall this list is amazing. And 2017 was just amazing.
Amazing year for movies.
Amazing year. I can't remember. Maybe 2014. That was another amazing year. I mean, you had so many good movies that year. But yeah, I'm happy with this list, and I think it's going to come down to Shape of Water, 3 Billboards, or Lady Bird. Any more comments?
No, I don't believe so, but I am in the same boat with you. I think the front runners are clear. It's still disappointing nonetheless to see the lack of Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah.
But I mean, a solid list all around. It's not. I don't think it's it's not as common for it to just be this close where you could just pick any single one and you could say, wow, this could definitely win.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's amazing list. I think the Oscars did a really good job of
balancing it out.
I
do. Yeah, that's what I'd say. I do think they balanced it out.
Yeah. Okay, so that is it for our discussion of the Oscar nominations. Now we're going to go on to our topics. We're going to kind of make this really quick. Julius, what is your topic of the week?
Okay, so recently, I've been hearing a lot of people use the term overrated, and it's been used in film for so long, but this year it seems extremely prevalent. I think that is because there are so many undeniably fantastic movies that have come out this year and that have been nominated.
Yeah.
I guess kind of what I'm trying to get down to, since film is subjective and it's an art form, is overrated a valid word to use, in a criticism of a movie?
Yeah.
Personally, I've kind of gone back and forth. I think people misuse the word a lot.
Oh, no, yeah, for sure, 100%. But, I think it comes down to is what's that person's opinion? I think that's what overall it comes down to.
Well, here's the way I look at it. I do think it can be used, but I think it's only used for a specific type of movie, and we can all pick out the ones that we think are like this. But there are a lot of movies that try to be something and they masquerade as something huge, as a social drama or a very layered story, when in reality, if you get down to the bones of the movie, it really is not, maybe not of quite as much substance as it looks. I think that is one of the only times you can use the term overrated. I think people throw overrated around all the time during the Oscar season.
I'm sure people were saying the
Post
is overrated, or Phantom Thread is overrated, or a lot of people say Darkest Hour is overrated. I think it is overrated. but
all right, so here's the question you have to ask yourself when you say that. Does this movie try to be something that's not? Does it try to masquerade itself as a very important movie, or is it just a simple retelling of a story? I mean, that's the question you have to...
It's a bio on, I'm forgetting
Winston Churchill.
Winston Churchill.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's you kind of got to ask yourself. I think that's the only time when it can be used, though. Personally, I don't think it's overrated at all, because I love the movie, but I think a movie like Mother, if it were to get more critical acclaim, if it were to have gotten more critical acclaim, I think that it's one of those movies that people would just throw overrated on. Personally, I don't agree with that, but I just mean that kind of movie. I love Mother. I think it was a fantastic film.
It got nominated for some Razzies. The Razzies are just ridiculous.
We don't need to talk about the Razzies.
I understand where you're coming from. To me, I think it's just overall how that person feels about a movie and their opinion on it. But I do agree, a lot of people throw overrated at everything. Oh, this movie's overrated. The Post is overrated. This performance is overrated. It's like,
it doesn't mean that it's not a great movie. People just tend to, if they see a movie that there's been a lot of hype about, they tend to just slap that overrated sticker on it and be done with it. But you can't do that with movies. That's just not the case.
Yeah, no, I 110% agree. So, any more comments on your topic?
No, I've that's my rant for today.
All right, now my topic is about the Crocodile Dundee sequel. Yeah,
because we're all dying to talk about that.
Yeah, everyone. A lot of people have been talking about it. So these past few weeks, there have been some trailers dropping for a quote-unquote Crocodile Dundee sequel with Danny McBride and Chris Hemsworth.
And it was recently discovered that it's not a real. It was a ploy for, or I guess I shouldn't say a ploy, but it was a front. I shouldn't say that.
Publicity stunt.
I don't know. I don't know how to say it without it sounding like they were doing something sketchy.
Okay, so here's the thing.
But
the story broke on JoBlo.com, a really reliable source.
But it has since been verified on other journals. So.
Not huge ones, until Variety or Hollywood Reporter come out and say, yeah, it's not. Until the Super Bowl comes out. I still believe this movie is legit. I still think that this is happening. You want to know another thing too? Margot Robbie was on set, quote unquote, on set of the Crocodile Dundee sequel. So now you're telling me that they're bringing Margot Robbie into this promotion for Australian tourism?
Screen Rant I don't know. Screen Rant.
I don't know.
I know. Okay.
They're just not.
And Cinema Blend.
Okay.
They all,
I mean.
So there's been this huge cast for this fake Australian movie, and I think it's a great. I think it's maybe not great, but a very interesting way to market Australian tourism at the least.
So. I mean,
it
makes no.
But you got so hype over it.
You're confusing the audience, the movie-going audience, with this. You're making a fake trailer. It looks legit. It looks like a legit movie. It has a pretty good premise behind it. Crocodile Dundee's son. He's in the same boat as his father, but he's going, to Australia. And they're flipping it. Like, a lot of people are like, well, Chris Hemsworth should have been the son. It would make more sense. That's the point. It's not supposed to make sense. Danny McBride is the opposite of what his father was. I have not seen the first one, but I know the premise. I know the premise of the first one. So, and I think it could be hilarious if you put the right director behind it, if you get the right cast. Danny McBride, really funny comedian. Chris Hemsworth, hilarious. If you've seen Thor Ragnarok, you know that he has comedic chops. If you've seen some of his videos that he's done, they did like a little short for Thor. I cannot remember. It's like Thor's hanging out with like his
roommate. Yeah,
hilarious. I can't remember. You get Asgardian corn. You get you're a billionaire. Hilarious. That if you haven't seen it, look it up. I think you just look up just Thor with his roommate. I don't know, something like that. But he's hilarious in that. If you bring in Margot Robbie, she's an amazing actress. She can be funny. Like, it could be really good. Overall, I do think this is going to be fake. I'm kind of disappointed because I think that the cast would be amazing. But I do think, since this is blown up,
they could eventually.
I think it's going to happen. I think they're going to get a director. I think it's going to happen. But I guess that's my rant for the day. I think it is real, but at the same time, I think it is fake. I don't know. I'm 50-50 on it. So we shall see Sunday. They're supposed to put a trailer out, I guess, for this movie again. So we shall see if it's real or not. So, yeah. But anyways, guys, that will do it for the Cinema Fans podcast show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Like I said, changing up a little bit of things with the topics and whatnot. So we'll see how that goes. Next week, we will take Facebook questions and we'll take Twitter questions as well. I don't think we'll take Twitter questions next week. I'll set it up and then put the information out on put it on the show next week. So yeah, yet again, thank you so much for checking us out. If you want, you can go to Facebook. All you gotta do is just type up Cinema Fans. The group should be there. All you gotta do is request to join the page. I will happily accept your request, and you can engage with all the other people. I think there's like 59 people on there. Not too.
It's definitely. People participate. That's what matters.
Oh, yeah. I love everyone on the Cinema Fans page, and I'd like to see it grow even more. But, we are back, so we're not going anywhere. We're not going to give you a time gap of 3 months where we don't do a episode. We're going to keep on going full steam. Yet again, like I said, thank you so much for checking us out. I'm Bradley Davis.
Julius Fountain. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.
And share all around our show. And we'll see you next week.